Please subscribe to the channel to watch the latest videos.
Republic via GC.R. Judy note, Biden impeachment was pending after a federal judge affirmed hard evidence that the first family engaged in a long pattern of extortion, bribery, influence peddling, tax fraud and staggering abuses of power. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, on Monday, November 6, 2023. According to Dr. Charlie Ward, who was head of the worldwide banks for the global currency reset, on Saturday night at midnight, November 4, 2023, the new gold/asset-backed U.S. note went live. According to Phil Godlewski, N.EWS was also activated early Sunday morning, November 5, 2023. Last week several major bank failures took place, and according to Glenn Beck, plus a lot of other economic and political experts, bank closures will continue for the next several weeks. Bank deposits still not processed from November 3, 2023, Hal Turner report. Biden crime family JFK was murdered in a hijab on November 22, 1963. By coincidence, or not, Swiss Israel Trade Bank assumed management of American Bank and Trust on that very same day. The news was buried. JFK vowed to fight secret societies and dismantle three-letter agencies. Monday 6 November, Benjamin Fulford said Baja was being destroyed like Acapulco and Maui. Tropical storm Pilar hitting Baja was a directed energy weapon. Storm-like hit Acapulco and Maui. The deep state wants the land for smart cities where they can control the population. There was a news blackout on Baja, but cell phone videos showed charred bodies and destroyed buildings and vehicles. The electrical cloud aspect of the dew storm ignites, explodes, on vehicles and smart electric meters in homes and buildings. Analog meters are not affected. Nanoparticle forced air vaccination unveiled. Boom. The sinister plan to force vaccinate you, nanoparticle air vax unveiled. Tom Homan is going back to White House with President Trump, and he's going to run the biggest deportation operation this country has ever seen. Right now, military alliance secret services of certain countries were exploiting Palestine underground tunnels under control of the Zionist Khazarian mafia. Monday 6 November, Charlie Ward. Bye Biden, time for impeachment. The Biden crime family. A federal court has just affirmed that there is hard evidence that the first family apparently engaged in a long pattern of extortion, bribery, influence peddling, tax fraud and staggering abuses of power. These first family crimes are not conspiracy theories. There is hard evidence. There is a growing list that the White House, Department of Justice and FBI, among other most important executive branch agencies, are in on it. They threatened and coerced social media platforms. They have been weaponized to cover this all up, to censor, suppress, disfavor viewpoints of conservative social media posts. They are panicked because it is hard to cover up the inescapable evidence of the last few weeks that proves that the Biden family is hopelessly corrupt. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, on Monday, November 6, 2023. Monday 6 November, Trump vows, "I will prevent World War III as five-alarm re-election fire dooms Biden." Sorka, Monday 6 November. Bye Biden. Andrei Derksch and Rudolph Giuliani, two men who exposed the Biden's corruption in Ukraine. B Global Currency Reset, Sunday 5 November. Charlie Ward, the U.S. note went live last night at midnight, Saturday 4 November midnight. Bank crashes will closely follow. Monday 6 November marks, rumors out of Iraq were that this was it and the bankers were expecting liquidity to start on Tuesday. 7th November. If just 1% of the rumors are true right now, we may be at the banks this week. Martial law could come in for 2 to 3 weeks and banks could be closed for 2 to 3 weeks. Just in case, you are advised to stock up on 2 to 3 weeks of food. Monday 6 November. TNT, every single source we have expected it this weekend. This morning they said it's still happening. Sunday 5 November. Phil Godlewski announced that N.EWS was activated on Sunday morning 5 November. Over the next few weeks you will see bank failure after bank failure. New Phil Godlewski live, remember bombshells for November 2023. Sunday 5 November. Glenn Beck, you could wake up in the morning with all of the banks closed. Sunday 5 November. Texas Snake, I received the call this morning. We should see our messages within a matter of days this week. Later on Sunday, I have even more confirmation regarding this being our week. My confirmation could come anytime before Tuesday. So please remain alert. Friday 3 November. TNT, Banks received memos on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday saying the event is happening. Thursday 2nd of November Bruce, two different banks reported that the window for exchanges to start was from now to Tuesday, 7th of November. R.ep.ub.lic on Telegram, "Okay guys, I sat down with one of my bank's branch managers today. They are Basel III and IV compliant. I asked her about the RV and she said she just got an email coming through that said the Tuesday, 7th of November she's checking in with her higher-ups getting back to me." Her response was, "How do you know all this? Lol hoo let's go." Monday 6th of November Sun Tzu's Art of War, Sting Operation, Trump's Strategic Silence. A Tactical Masterstroke, the QFS Encryption Code and Hidden Watermark. Monday 6th of November GC.R, The Hands of God. Monday 6th of November Phil Intel Breaking News. N.EWS/RV confirmed today. BRICS nations see surge in global transactions, BRICS currency agreement nearing as consensus is close. See recent GC.R history, overnight Sunday 15th of October. The banks completed the remaining layers of payments, plus the IMF and World Bank held their last meeting. By Monday 16th of October the Iraqi dinar had revalued and began trading on the back screens of the Forex. On Friday 27th of October the U.S. began pulling 3,600 U.S. troops out of Iraq so Iraq could declare themselves a sovereign nation, while the new rate of the dinar was said to have gone international, although had yet to show on the front screens of the Forex. Friday 27th of October Alex Collier, the dinar went international on Friday 27th of October and on that same Friday they began pulling 3,600 U.S. troops out of Iraq so Iraq could declare Iraq a sovereign nation. 2 days ago President Trump said the next 7 to 8 days would be ones to be remembered. Craig Wilson, on Monday 30th of October it was reported that about a week ago, the Iraqi GOI and the CBI, released to the U.S. Treasury, the new international exchange rate. This came from an Iraqi bank partner of a bank here in the USA. It is also believed that the U.S. Treasury has started some exchange steps with the CBI of some of the Iraqi dinar that the U.S. Treasury holds in its reserves. Sorry it's not on ABC or NBC or any fake stream news yet, but it is from a source that IMO has credible information. That is all, carry on. Around Monday 30th of October the country of Colombia revalued their currency, so now we have at least two countries, Iraq and Colombia, which have revalued their currencies, perhaps more. October 31st All Hallows Eve was when children were raped and sacrificed in honor of Satan. It was the day that Israel lost corporate status, meaning Israel Incorporated was bankrupt, along with other corporations of the cabal, and no longer considered a nation, all of which, along with Middle Eastern nations no longer accepting the fiat petro US dollar for oil trade, was expected to soon cause a devastating stock market crash, bringing in the need for a global currency reset. Wednesday 1st of November. Kurdistan, the Kurdistan Regional Government, KRG, has announced its decision to exclusively adopt the Iraqi dinar for all transactions at border crossings and airports, effective on Wednesday 1st of November. Friday 3 November 10:42 a.m., Dubai International Financial Center gave green light for XRP. No digital currency for the deep state cabal's central banks. On Friday 3 November the House Financial Services Committee passed a bill to prevent the Federal Reserve from creating a central bank digital currency. Friday 3 November QFS News, all banks are transitioning over into the QFS, start getting hold of the ISO 20022 XLM and XRP, 7 billion people will inevitably transition to the QFS. As of Saturday 4 November, gold-backed countries, BRICS, were paying with their own currency for trading. This will greatly affect the value of the already fiat US dollar. Apparent timeline. On Thursday 2nd of November Donald Trump posted its time and stated that the biggest event we will have in this country will happen this month of November 2023. The storm Thursday 10th of November to Sunday 19th of November, the prophecy of chaos. Are you ready for the ultimate awakening? The storm is brewing, set to unfold from November 10th to November 19th 2023. Get ready for REBS activation. Q says that after Argentina's election on Sunday 22nd of October, everything would change and the world would soon have no internet for a while. We are approaching that timeline. Get ready for it, Q bombshell. EBS activation on October 22nd, Biden's retirement, Trump's return, and the White Hat's plan revealed. Friday 11th of November martial law, Q post 316 says martial law would start on the 11th. Another Q post says, America will be unified again November 11, 2018. Starting January 1, 2024, the fiat US dollar would be replaced by the gold/asset-backed US note. All such gold/asset-backed currencies across the globe would be on par 1-to-1 with each other. Social security benefits will be much higher in the SSR&R. Payments would start on a monthly basis. In the next 3 to 6 months, the Rodriguez Trust will begin to administer universal basic income for citizens of all GC.R-compliant countries. The amount per individual or family will depend on the status, needs, employment level and age of the person/family, and will work to encourage people to work if they can. Global financial crisis. Monday 6 November. The banking crisis will continue as Trump cleared of all charges nationwide, millions of Americans' bank accounts frozen. Fall of the petrodollar. 16, Daily No.ve.com on X. The standard of living in America will fall overnight if the petrodollar falls. Worse than the Great Depression, what happens if Saudi Arabia ditches US petrodollar? Ripple announces approval of XRP use in Dubai finances. Bitcoin losses. Users lost $588,000 in BTC due to fake Ledger Live app. Nearly $600,000 in Bitcoin was stolen from users who downloaded the fake Ledger Live app from Microsoft's App Store. Cointelegraph reported, and this is not the first time a fake Ledger Live app has hit the Microsoft App Store, as Ledger's support team at X, formerly Twitter, notified users about this twice. In December and March. Now the app seems to be removed from the store. Ledger has alerted users previously that the only safe place to download Ledger Live is from its website, ledger.com. Citigroup considering at least 10% job cuts. Efforts toward republics. Monday 6 November. Alert. Trump's secret military operation, a shocking warning and the hidden executive orders. Monday 6 November. Surviving the winter apocalypse, 20 items that will be impossible to find this winter. Tom Homan is going back to White House with President Trump, and he's going to run the biggest deportation operation this country has ever seen. World Economic Forum insiders jump ship. WEF insiders jump ship as prosecutors prepare Nuremberg 2.0 trials. Monday 6 November. This video has been blocked 3 times, I wonder why. 2023. Zionism, Khazarian Mafia and World War III, South Africa to recall all diplomats from Israel. Ben Fulford, U.S. and Israel headed for Black Swan event. Surprise. Massive oil and gas reserves discovered under Gaza. Israel grants development licenses. Monday 6 November. Charlie Ward. Zionism is not the Jewish race, not the Jewish religion. Zionism is a philosophy designed so the Khazarian Mafia can have claim to land in Palestine. 800 years ago the Khazarian Mafia, who were Semites from the Middle East, claimed to convert to the Jewish religion. The deep state formed Israel as a corporation for child sex trafficking, money laundering and other nefarious purposes. Israel Incorporated contract ended October 31, 2023. Israel planned to blow up the U.S. and other countries with nuclear weapons they planted in their embassies across the world. Netanyahu is a Zionist who helped Hamas bomb Israel. The so-called war in Israel is backfiring. The Khazarian Mafia hope to use it to funnel themselves monies. Protests now were in favor of Palestine and peace. Right now military alliance secret services of certain countries were exploiting Palestine underground tunnels under control of the Zionist Khazarian Mafia. Monday 6 November. Netanyahu in trouble. Israel in big trouble. Monday November 6. 1,500 Islamists gathered in Essen, Germany to protest against Israel. The real news for Monday November 6, 2023. Lab-grown meat is 25 times worse for the environment than natural sources, and thankfully for online fact-checkers, we now know it causes cancer. Jim Jordan and Rep. McClintock launch inquiry into the Biden administration cutting razor wire along the southern border. White hats thwart deep state plan to use IEDs at World Series Texas Rangers parade. A federal appeals court temporarily lifted a gag order on Donald Trump in his 2020 election interference case in Washington on Friday. The latest twist in the legal fight over the restrictions on the former president's speech. The Pentagon has sent 17,000 naval servicemen to the Middle East with aircraft carriers, amid tensions with Iran in the region. It will escalate fast to DEFCON. Monday 6 November. U.S. government has arrested SafeMoon founders John Carney, Kyle Nagy, and Thomas Smith. Monday 6 November. Exposed, dark secrets of the Vatican hidden from us for thousands of years. Monday 6th of November, Luciferian plot to destroy Christianity, Islam, Judaism and nuclear apocalypse. Smart devices work as spies in your home. Whether or not you pay any attention to the lighting overhead, the lighting may be paying such close attention to you. Don't place any Amazon tech products in your home. They are operating as surveillance devices and communicating to each other via 5G technology. The 21st century's black gold is data. This microwave radiation-emitting spiderweb will allow big data/big telecom and Big Brother to capture what happens inside and outside every person at every moment of life. 5G has almost nothing to do with improving your lives. It's all about controlling your life, marketing products, and harvesting your data for artificial intelligence purposes. Next time you want to go and buy a smart device, remember the device is not the product, you are. Monday 6th of November. On November 11th in London, Yorkshire lass, I feel something might kick off in London this weekend. It's like they are preparing and warning the masses for incoming riots, reporting that the cenotaph is at risk because of the pro-Palestinian march happening on the same day as Armistice Day 11/11 in London. Some reports are saying they might need to put the army on the streets at the weekend. And it's just been reported that a cenotaph in Rochdale had its poppies removed and replaced with Palestinian flags as tensions are growing over pro-Palestine protest on Remembrance Day. I wouldn't be going to London this weekend, let's put it that way. Monday 6th of November. Satanic Hip Hop, all 8 parts. Thursday, February 25, 2021. Biden pretends to be president as Trump leads war on CCP, which manufactured Texas ice storms. Sunday, 7th of February. 2021, Thursday, October 8, 2020, Global Currency Reset, Illuminati taken down. K-Medbeds Quantum Healing Technology. Medbeds revealed, Monday 6th of November. Medbeds to be unveiled this deck. Jan 6 R.ep. self-proclaimed orchestrator of January 6th, not everything is as it appears. Where there is smoke, there is fire. Tom Fairbanks Intelligence Support Activity, ISA, Community Health Advocate Community Support Foundation. In the face of all of the controversy over the January 6th riot, there remains one constant that is unexplainable. Why have so many in law enforcement and the government excused the statements and actions of the one man, who was the self-proclaimed orchestrator of the January 6th riot? The following video highlighted in Blaze Media clearly shows the two-tiered justice system, which hails evil as good and shuns good as evil, all in an attempt to thwart justice and to divide our country. Newly surfaced J6 video shows R.ep's whisper to right-wing influencer, "We're here to storm the Capitol." Blaze Media. Kudos to Baked Alaska for capturing R.ep's statements and making them available for all to see what is glaringly apparent. Hopefully, this will help to overturn the radical prosecution of those who have been intentionally caught up in the orchestrated injustice of the FBI and DOJ. Truly, the miscarriage of justice illustrated between R.ep's misdemeanor and a 22-year prison sentence for someone who wasn't even at the Capitol is unfathomable. Nothing can stop what is coming. NCSIC, where we go one, we go all. WWG1. Monday 6th of November. Dan Scavino Executive Branch equals Mill and President. Trump never seceded because they acknowledged him as Commander-in-Chief of the greatest military operation in the world. They are taking down treasonous legislative and judicial officials who have infiltrated our government over the past several hundred years, and most recently since the CIA was founded in 1947. Kennedy and Reagan, Bush equals CIA Director, Bush equals VP. Assassination, attempted association. Halliburton founder equals Lolo Sutara, Lolo equals Barry Sutara father, Hussein, Lolo equals best friends with Bush/Bin Laden. Lolo plus Dunham equals CIA Ops, GWB plus BO equals friends since childhood, BO plus Michael LaVaughn Robinson, Michelle, equals CIA Ops. How do you globalize the world, take over the Middle East, and make yourself rich? War. 9/11 equals inside job. OSB equals pawn, OSB plus family equals safe with Bush family, Washington State, OSB killed. Body double. Iran pulled him out and demanded $157 billion from Obama to not release the truth. Afghanistan shoots down SEAL chopper. SEALs Doherty and Woods killed in Benghazi, what did they know? Last witnesses. Trump elected, Russiagate, Stormy Daniels, taxes, racism, xenophobia, attack after attack. Why? Remove him at all costs to save yourselves. CCP greater than Beijing. But big tech puppets promote fear, promote mail-in voting. CCP prints massive amounts of ballots, use 2010 census for voter registration. Big tech installs drop boxes, ballot counters given instructions, Dominion flipping votes via hacking, cover-ups everywhere. How do you expose them and take everything from them? You prepare for them cheating and let them do it for the world to see. Who are these people? Who/what do they worship? How do they practice their religion? What/who do they sacrifice for power? What group is founded on these beliefs? FMs. Freemasonry describes itself as a beautiful system of morality, veiled in allegory and illustrated by symbols. Symbolism will be their downfall. Why did Trump issue EO 13,818 and 13,848? Trump won the election and our amazing military knows that. The clowns on TV are bought puppets. He was impeached after he lost because the judicial and legislative branches knew he was still president and they had no control over the military with him having a position in government. Note: you can only impeach people who hold a position in government. Why would they impeach an incumbent president who lost? They caught them all. They have everything. Bottom line, NCSIC. And White Hat Intel, 99.99% of Americans won't read the 306-page Durham report. But I strongly recommend that everyone read at least pages 91 to 101 of the Durham report. Takeaways: Obama and Biden were told about what the intelligence community referred to as the Clinton intelligence. The Clinton intelligence was clearly viewed within the intelligence community as a spurious effort to tar and feather Trump with a concocted story that he had colluded in a nefarious way with the Russian government. In sum, Obama and Biden were in a room with Brennan in August of 2016 and were clearly informed of the highly sketchy and dubious information intentionally contained in the Clinton intelligence. There is no ambiguity here. In fact, the CIA issued a memo expressly referring in a negative way to the Clinton intelligence. Obama and Biden were clearly and unequivocally notified that the Clinton intelligence was viewed by the FBI and CIA as being based on a falsehood. Who was Clinton's foreign policy advisor? 1. This is important because according to the Durham report, Foreign Policy Advisor 1 cooked up the Trump-Russia collusion plan and gave it to Clinton. Jake Sullivan was Clinton's senior foreign policy advisor. Was he the one who cooked up the plan? Is Sullivan going to be called to testify before Congress? After reading pages 91 to 101 of the Durham report, ask yourself, is it humanly possible for Robert Mueller to not have known that the CIA and the FBI had told Obama and Biden that the Clinton intelligence was considered by the agencies as nothing more than a political campaign dirty trick? Nikola Tesla revealed that an earthquake which drew police and ambulances to the region of his laboratory at 48 East Houston Street, New York, in 1898, was the result of a machine he was experimenting with at the time. I was experimenting with vibrations. I had one of my machines going and I wanted to see if I could get it in tune with the vibration of the building. I put it up notch after notch. There was a peculiar cracking sound. I asked my assistants where did the sound come from. They did not know. I put the machine up a few more notches. There was a louder cracking sound. I knew I was approaching the vibration of the steel building. I pushed the machine a little higher. Suddenly all the heavy machinery in the place was flying around. I grabbed a hammer and broke the machine. The building would have been about our ears in another few minutes. Outside in the street there was pandemonium. The police and ambulances arrived. I told my assistants to say nothing. Judy note: countries of the BRICS alliance were soon activating their gold/asset-backed currencies as a result of the demise of the privately owned fiat U.S. Federal Reserve dollar in their quest for global financial stability. This would cut off the Vatican's Khazarian Mafia's U.S. incorporated money supply, which would mean an end to the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, or central banks, UN, European Crown, EU, and Vatican, and reason why banks all over the world were failing this coming week, including the deep state-owned central banks. Global military White Hat alliance to the rescue. As John F. Kennedy said on Telegram on Sunday 5 November, the Matrix has been reloaded. Extinction phase started. A U.S. military official has blown the whistle on how banks across America are about to close down and the 2024 presidential election is going to be cancelled. According to Colonel Douglas McGregor, there is about to be a sudden closure of all major banks in the U.S., which will last for up to 3 weeks. During a recent appearance on Patrick Bet-David's podcast, Colonel McGregor also revealed that the 2024 election will be cancelled due to martial law being imposed. Saturday, 5th of November. VIP jets now airborne from D.C. to Cheyenne underground bunkers. U.S. Air Force VIP planes going to and from Cheyenne Mountain. Ken Cromar life lesson: slavery is not about race, it's about evil. Texas, U.S. Internet service provider Spectrum is currently experiencing widespread network outages in Texas that will severely impact El Paso. The operator reports that it is experiencing a loss of service due to a fiber optic cable break. Sunday, 5th of November. The E-6B nuclear doomsday plane. The message is clear: prepare for the unthinkable. Sunday, 5th of November. Q, the greatest white hat's military intelligence operation of our time. Sunday, 5th of November. Donald Trump has exposed Benjamin Netanyahu as an individual who does not want peace in the Middle East. Trump's peacemaker foreign policy was turned off only by one criminal cartel, the Khazarian Zionists. He is now walking down a similar path that John F. Kennedy took before he was taken out. The difference is Trump is well guarded and protected. Sunday, 5th of November. Gaza crisis escalation: why things are expected to get horrifically worse, SHTF analysis. The mystery of Israel solved. This video exposes the truth on how Israel created an inside job to attack Gaza and goes deep into the satanic rituals these Jew elites involved in. As part of the C40 Cities initiative, which has ties to the World Economic Forum, mayors in almost 100 cities around the world have set themselves the ambitious target of zero meat or dairy consumption, and zero private vehicles by 2030, to save the planet. A whistleblower informed us that the FBI pulled agents off child abuse cases to pursue January 6 investigations. Now it's been revealed that DHS is pulling agents off similar investigations to make sandwiches for illegal aliens at the southern border. On November 2 in 1917, Britain issued the Balfour Declaration, which gave Palestine away and resulted in the creation of the Rothschild State of Israel. Luciferian billionaire David Rockefeller states that controlling the world population growth is the elite's top agenda. He thinks him and his rich Illuminati blood cult buddies have the right to mass murder most of the population to have the planet to themselves. A global currency reset. Sunday, 5th of November. Texas Snake: I received the call this morning. We should see our messages within a matter of days this week. Later on Sunday, I have even more confirmation regarding this being our week. My confirmation could come anytime before 2's. So please remain alert. Saturday, 4th of November. TNT Ray Ren 98, CBI to make some kind of an announcement tomorrow. Sunday, 5th of November. Zine card to be reactivated. Saturday, 4th of November. Credit crisis is about to trigger a flood of bankruptcies. Mark Z. Bank story: in Scottsdale, Arizona, there is a True West Credit Union ATM in the facility. A rep comes to service the machine. This person, name withheld by Mark, who works in the building, is familiar with this ATM repair person and asks him, "When are you bringing the new money for the machine?" He smiles and says, "Not yet." So the person asks, "In December?" He replies that he doesn't know when, but soon. Mark: in other words, they have already started the preparation process for these banks and the ATMs. And getting someone admitting in real life that they are preparing for it. To me, that was a lovely bank story. As of Saturday, 4th of November, gold-backed countries, BRICS, were paying with their own currency for trading. This will greatly affect the value of the already fiat US dollar. Friday, 3rd of November. TNT, a lot of things are happening that pertain to the RV. Banks received memos on Wednesday, Thursday and today in black and white the event is happening. Banks were told that things are in motion ahead of them and going by levels, and waiting to get to them. But it's in motion. Yesterday, Tony had the champagne out and ready because he was given a 2-hour window last night. There is another 2-hour window tonight. He has been told the window but he cannot tell us. But it is supposed to go tonight, Friday 3rd of November to Saturday 4th of November. His tonight means any time after 4 p.m. until 8 a.m. Rates are great. Banks are ready. A 3-letter agency brought their people in last night thinking it was going to go. Hoping it's tonight. Everyone is on alert: banks, agencies, Treasury. Friday, 3 November 10:42 a.m., Dubai International Financial Center gave green light for XRP. Friday, 3rd of November. TNT Ray Ren 98 on Nader from the Middle East and Claire. Bank staff received get ready memos this morning, Friday, 3rd of November. They've been excited all day. Thursday 2nd of November. Bruce, two different banks reported that the window for exchanges to start was from now to Tuesday, 7th of November. The window for notification to make exchange/redemption appointments were from after 5 p.m. Friday 3rd of November to Tuesday, 7th of November mid-morning. Other sources said notifications and appointments should occur in the next couple of days. R.ep.ub.lic on Telegram: "Okay guys, I sat down with one of my bank's branch managers today. They are Basel III and IV compliant. I asked her about the RV and she said she just got an email coming through that said the Tuesday, 7th of November she's checking in with her higher-ups getting back to me." Her response was, "How do you know all this? Lol hoo let's go." Huge update. The unstoppable force of QFS that's about to engage 8 billion people worldwide, GC.R. Recent GC.R history. Overnight Sunday 15th of October. The banks completed the remaining layers of payments, plus the IMF and World Bank held their last meeting. By Monday 16th of October the Iraqi dinar had revalued and began trading on the back screens of the Forex. On Thursday 26th of October President Trump said the next 7 to 8 days would be ones to be remembered. On Friday 27th of October the U.S. began pulling 3,600 U.S. troops out of Iraq so Iraq could declare themselves a sovereign nation, while the new rate of the dinar was said to have gone international, although had yet to show on the front screens of the Forex. Friday 27th of October Alex Collier: "The dinar went international on Friday 27th of October and on that same Friday they began pulling 3,600 U.S. troops out of Iraq so Iraq could declare Iraq a sovereign nation." 2 days ago President Trump said the next 7 to 8 days would be ones to be remembered. Craig Wilson: "On Monday 30th of October it was reported that about a week ago, the Iraqi GOI and the CBI released to the U.S. Treasury the new international exchange rate. This came from an Iraqi bank partner of a bank here in the USA. It is also believed that the U.S. Treasury has started some exchange steps with the CBI of some of the Iraqi dinar that the U.S. Treasury holds in its reserves. Sorry it's not on ABC or NBC or any fake stream news yet, but it is from a source that IMO has credible information. That is all, carry on." Around Monday 30th of October the country of Colombia revalued their currency, so now we have at least two countries, Iraq and Colombia, which have revalued their currencies, perhaps more. All of which, along with Middle Eastern nations no longer accepting the fiat petro-US dollar for oil trade, was expected to soon cause a devastating stock market crash, bringing in the need for a global currency reset. Wednesday 1st of November. Kurdistan: "The Kurdistan Regional Government, KRG, has announced its decision to exclusively adopt the Iraqi dinar for all transactions at border crossings and airports, effective on Wednesday 1st of November. Tuesday, 31st of October. Mr. Salvage on Telegram: "There was a report that the paymaster of New York Michael J. Rubin said that everything was done. All money was in all banks and ready to go. All codes were in. The nation of Colombia was already liquid. Just have patience. We are there." No digital currency for the deep state cabal's central banks. On Friday 3rd of November the House Financial Services Committee passed a bill to prevent the Federal Reserve from creating a central bank digital currency. Friday 3rd of November QFS News: "All banks are transitioning over into the QFS, start getting hold of the ISO 20022 XLM and XRP, 7 billion people will inevitably transition to the QFS." See apparent timeline. On Thursday 2nd of November Donald Trump posted its time and stated that the biggest event we will have in this country will happen this month of November 2023. The storm Thursday 10th of November to Sunday 19th of November, the prophecy of chaos. Are you ready for the ultimate awakening? The storm is brewing, set to unfold from November 10th to November 19th, 2023. Get ready for EBS activation. Q says that after Argentina's election on Sunday 22nd of October, everything would change and the world would soon have no internet for a while. We are approaching that timeline. Get ready for it. Q bombshell. EBS activation on October 22nd, Biden's retirement, Trump's return, and the White Hat's plan revealed. Friday 11th of November martial law. Q post 316 says martial law would start on the 11th. Another Q post says, America will be unified again November 11th 2018. Starting January 1, 2024 the fiat US dollar would be replaced by the gold/asset-backed US note. All such gold/asset-backed currencies across the globe would be on par 1-to-1 with each other, Social Security benefits will be much higher in the SSR&R, payments would start on a monthly basis. In the next 3 to 6 months the Rodriguez Trust will begin to administer universal basic income for citizens of all GC.R-compliant countries. The amount per individual or family will depend on the status, needs, employment level and age of the person/family and will work to encourage people to work if they can. Restored Republics, Sunday 5th of November. Sovereign Redneck Renegade. At about 4 p.m. EST, the Israeli Defense Force put out a message on social media that they have never put out before: "Pray for us." Friday 3rd of November. Trump post 316, Q316 says martial law on 11th. Saturday 11th of November, Tom Clancy started writing The Hunt for Red October on 11.11. Friday 3rd of November. Wolverine, got a call from a friend this morning. He's been called up and can't say where, but it's stateside and all 50 states will be occupied. He said they have ordered up 1 million body bags, but couldn't elaborate on that. He's very credible. Friday 3rd of November. Israel issued a urgent global travel warning for all citizens traveling anywhere in the world. Friday 3rd of November. White hats in military intelligence, indictments begin. Friday 3rd of November. Trump is candidate for new U.S. constitutional republic. Global financial crisis, Sunday 5th of November. Stock market crash predicted. Sunday 5th of November. The Battle of Basel versus the banks, the line in the sand, Saturday 4th of November. Huge banking crisis erupts. Saturday 4th of November. Another U.S. bank just failed. U.S. banking crisis, Citizens Bank closed, FDIC appointed as receiver, investing abroad news, The Financial Express. Saturday 4th of November. Credit crisis is about to trigger a flood of bankruptcies as banks warn about serious risks. On Friday 3rd of November. Citizens Bank failed and was closed. Sunday 5th of November. Fifth bank failure. Friday 3rd of November. Bank of America, Chase and U.S. bank systems down today as direct deposit systems crash. Sunday 5th of November. BRICS to dethrone U.S. dollar as global reserve. Saturday 4th of November. Military official, banks are about to collapse. Sunday 5th of November. 15 major retail stores going out of business. Sunday 5th of November. Barclays sued over ex-CEO's ties to Epstein. South Korea is banning all short selling at least until June to promote a level playing field for retail and institutional investors, per Reuters. KG Kali, I had a HUD representative reach out to me. They helped me with back payments in February. She wanted to let me know because there are funds available for anyone trying to save their house from foreclosure act. She said Plaza give her number out. This is a free service. She is in California but she can assist to expedite with any state. Plaza forward if anyone can save their home. Michelle at 951-399-4538. When Dr. Carson was in the office, him and Pray Trump gave $1 billion to save people's homes. It expires 2025. With Nizar maybe sooner. Hope this helps. Nothing is charged. Yorkshire Lass, I feel right now the banks are changing over to the new banking system and if any banks are not Basel III compliant they will collapse. Citizens Bank is the latest one to close and many will follow leading up to a stock market crash, black swan event. I think we are about to see a domino effect with the banks. Crash the Matrix. Earlier this year I pressured my Fulton Bank in PA for 3 weeks to tell me that banks that are not ISO 20022 and Basel III quarters compliant will fail. She confirmed with the head of the corporate that this is true. If we don't comply we can't open our doors and operate as a bank anymore. What's happening now is the final blow to the cabal system. They are giving us no warning that they are closing and it was planned this way. History of the fiat US dollar, or end of the Bank of International Settlements, BIS or central banks, UN, European Crown, EU, and Vatican. The Bank of International Settlements, or Central Bank of Central Banks, was founded in 1930 using Asian gold. The Asians were promised that the United Nations would be created as a world parliament with ancient royal families East and West, family of dragons, acting as background overseers. At the end of the Second World War, the victorious Western allies of U.S. Incorporated, which was controlled by the Khazarian Mafia, broke their promise to spend the gold they were given on the development of the entire planet. Instead, their Marshall Plan developed only the countries they controlled, now known as the G7. In retaliation, the Asians cut off any further access to their gold. When the U.S. ran out of gold, we had the Nixon shock of 1971 when gold no longer backed the U.S. dollar. Countries of the world had to buy oil for dollars. Because of the fiat US dollar, more than 50 years of trade deficits have turned US Incorporated into running a country with the largest debt in world history. In 2008, the rest of the world decided to stop lending to the US, which led to the Lehman shock. US Incorporated was able to buy time by promising to put black communist Obama in as president, a slave to the P2 Freemasons who created communism and controlled the Vatican. The Obama ploy convinced Asians to hand over 700 tons of gold to the Federal Reserve Board under the leadership of Alan Greenspan. This money was used more than 1,000 times to create $23 trillion that allowed US Incorporated to exist until January 2020 when the money ran out. They then managed to get some funding for the US corporation by promising to bring back Barack Obama with Joe Biden acting as his figurehead. They also created a massive attack on the world. More recently, the fake Joe Biden's handlers had hoped to use Iran as an enemy to justify massive arms sales in exchange for oil, but in Biden's trip to the Middle East he failed to get permanent free oil in exchange for money printed out of nothing. Now, as a result of the antics of the fake Biden regime, the Khazarian's US Incorporated money supply has been cut off, which meant the end of the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, UN, European Crown, EU, and Vatican. World War III, Ram Ben Barak, former deputy director of Israeli Mossad, wants to carry out a total ethnic cleansing of the Gaza Strip and displace 2.5 million Palestinians around each corner of the world. Do you all remember that one time, when the Western world was propagandized and brainwashed to support the only military on the planet with actual Nazis in it? Then it turned out to be a massive money laundering scheme. Now you all want to trust the US government about Israel. Idi Amin, president of Uganda, knew the Zionist Jews couldn't be trusted. There have been lies by the Zionist Jews since the 1920s. We are not targeting anyone in Gaza but civilians, spokesperson for Netanyahu. Zionists are justifying the slaughter of countless Palestinian civilians by drawing comparisons to the supposedly justifiable slaughter of countless German civilians during World War II. An American congressman, Brian Mast, said that we wouldn't use the term Nazi civilians, therefore we shouldn't be so hung up on Palestinian civilians. Alex Zek, I support neither the Israeli government nor Hamas. Hamas, which is a creation of Israel and Washington, is a problem, and the Israeli government, to whom it's easier to often refer simply as Israel, is also a problem due to its occupation and being a Western proxy and, as such, deserves more criticism. Innocent people, on both sides, are being killed, and ignoring either is the moral low ground. I side with the innocent people on both sides. Israel Minister Amihai Eliyahu, dropping a nuke on Gaza is an option. Given the volume of explosives already dropped on Gaza, it exceeds the explosive power of Hiroshima. Asked in a radio interview about a hypothetical nuclear option, Eliyahu replied, "That's one way." His remark made headlines in Arab media and scandalized mainstream Israeli broadcasters. Neither Eliyahu or his party leader are in the streamlined ministerial forum, war cabinet, running the Gaza war. Neither would they have inside knowledge of Israel's nuclear capabilities, which it does not publicly acknowledge, or the power to activate them. Eliyahu's statements are not based in reality. Israel and the IDF, military, are operating in accordance with the highest standards of international law to avoid harming innocents. We will continue to do so until our victory, Netanyahu's office said. The real news for Sunday 5th of November, 2023, Sunday 5th of November. House Oversight Chair James Comer, RKY, told Newsmax that the committee is poised to soon serve subpoenas to the extended Biden family over the influence peddling scheme of Hunter Biden and James Biden that has raked in roughly $20 million in all. Sunday 5th of November. 107 drops Intel MUOBs. Trump returns as CIC, but is he safe? Nizra. 2020 election to be nullified. Military tribunals. Much more. Sunday 5th of November. Zelensky complains war in Gaza is taking away the focus from Ukraine. In the last couple of days MSN has actually been reporting the truth. We know that the MSN crew are all actors, CGI. It's time to wake the normies while MSN has already been arrested. Sunday 5th of November. Well. On the record evidence that Nancy Pelosi spoke with the chief of the Capitol Police several times on Jan 6. Nancy Pelosi was briefed about what was going on. Breaking, Re.ep's charged with a felony for disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted building for his role on January 6, 2021. Sig Mickelson, president of CBS from 1954 to 1961, we had been contacted by the CIA. As a matter of fact, by the time I became the head of the whole news and public affairs operation in 1954, the shifts had been established and I was told about them and asked if I'd carry on with them. The Rockefellers influenced the world to remove all the natural remedies from practice and from the books so they could cash in on the patented pharmaceuticals. If they were able to remove and demonize natural cures as something primitive that was used since the dawn of time, you can't even begin to understand how immensely they crooked our history that they teach today. The less you know about your roots, the better for them, as the one that doesn't know his past, doesn't know why he's placed here, and certainly doesn't know where he's going. CNN caught on live TV Democrats stuffing election boxes during the 2020 elections, and we now have a fake president protected by fake news. Sunday, 5th of November. Circa 11/4, American children warned about Biden. Bad men are coming to take you away. Slavery is not about race, it's about evil. 5 months before his assassination, President John F. Kennedy issued this executive order that would give the American currency back to the people by printing money based on a silver standard, taking away the power of the Federal Reserve banking cartel. Many argue this is the reason that JFK was assassinated. The King of England backed both sides of the Revolutionary War. Treaty of Versailles, July 16, 1782. Speaking of being lied to, NASA, tired of numerous requests to show the original moon landing records, said it had lost them. All 700 boxes. And the Americans can't go back to the moon yet, because they lost the technology too. So today, when any smartphone has more computing power than all 1969 computers combined, NASA claims we can't go back to the moon because we lost the technology. Lost the technology to make spacesuits and all the individual ingenious solutions, from unique radiation shielding to ingenious temperature control. We lost the super heavy launch vehicles, without which it is impossible to land on the moon. We lost the ability and technology to manufacture them. They lost all the lunar soil, almost 300 kilograms, and now they are begging for a few grams of samples from other countries. Sunday, 5th of November. White Hat's Intelligence Alliance military operations warning to UN, Davos, Soros, DNC, NGOs, Clinton's, Carnegie Endowment, CIA, Rockefeller operations. Trump statement, November 2023, for any radical left charity, nonprofit, or so-called aid organizations supporting these caravans and illegal aliens, we will prosecute them. Trump/military OPS is sending a clear warning about what's going to happen. These statements are connected to executive orders. Executive Order on Combating Human Trafficking, by the authority vested in me as President by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, including the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, 22 U.S.C. 7101. Human trafficking is a form of modern slavery. Throughout the United States and around the world, human trafficking tears apart communities, fuels criminal activity, and threatens the national security of the United States. It is estimated that millions of individuals are trafficked around the world each year, including into and within the United States. As the United States continues to lead the global fight against human trafficking, executive orders signed by Donald Trump were connected to military operations designed to take down the deep state and the massive human trafficking networks that connect to UN, NGOs, Soros and Clinton's. You are beginning to see those operations take shape. Everything was documented by the White Hat Military Alliance. It was important for the White Hats to let the UN deep state CIA Carnegie Endowment initiate their plans to bring in immigrants from around the world and traffic humans through the southern border, giving them money and funding. Using advanced digital military-grade spyware, for over 16 years the military operations have been tracking the UN, World Bank's, Davos Group, Clinton, CIA, Obama and Carnegie endorsements. They have been collecting internet data, McAfee software, the classified Kraken collector and blockchain since 2012. And world corruption through the monetary banking system, trade and internet currency. Arrest wars are imminent. Tens of thousands of immigrants and military immigrants, military units from Iran, China, South America, have already been debriefed and their testimonies taken by the federal White Hat military operation agents and U.S. intelligence investigations. Their bank cards, RFID, ID, RFID, passport, RFID, phones have been entered into the Federal Military Operations Database with their testimonies and records that connect them to deep state operations and funding by the UN. Especially the past 2 years, the military white hat up. The terabytes of McAfee database collection on the deep state and Epstein servers of the CIA, UN Carnegie Endowment Society operations, with full financial backing, were seized by the military. All connects to a massive web of human trafficking into the trillions of worldwide corruption connected to world governments, presidents, prime ministers, elites, corporations, groups, deep state military, CIA, UN, Carnegie, Clintons, Bushes, Obama. Trump plus Mill is giving you comms, letting you know that whoever was involved in opening the southern border and financing the operations is also, that is connected to a massive cover-up of a military coup, that all connects to the pandemic, virus, stolen elections and warmongering. N.WS Military Report Situation Update, SG and on. In October 2018 the Q board posts, Q drops, were launched, after President Trump's 2017 world tour. The White Hat military is behind the Q drops. Epstein Island Room 29 was used for human sacrifice, Q+ is a reference to President Trump. The movement has been around since 1853. Drug companies are one of the largest advertisers on TV, internet, newspapers, and magazines. According to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the drug industry contributes up to 70% of advertising revenue to media companies. In 2017, the collective stock market capitalization of the drug companies, vaccine manufacturers, exceed $1 trillion. As actor Jim Carrey noted, $1 trillion buys a lot of expert opinions. Will it buy you? White Hat intel. So what have the conspiracy theorists gotten right so far? 1. No weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. 2. Hillary stole the primary from Bernie. 3. No Russian collusion. 4. 5. The vaccine didn't work. 6. Everyone is connected to Jeffrey Epstein. 7. JFK was an inside job. 8. J6 was an intelligence operation. 9. BLM was a Marxist front. 10. Cancel cultural was corporate driven. 11. Smollett was a fraud. 12. Obama spied on Trump. 13. Assad didn't gas his own people. So we were right about all of this, but we are completely wrong about the 2020 election being rigged and stolen. Gotcha. The fake Biden does not control the US or any military. The real military is not going to be fooled by the Satanists into destroying the planet by starting an all-out nuclear war. This last desperate attempt to start World War III comes as White Hats score major victories on multiple fronts. The biggest is probably the announced resignation of Swiss President Alain Berset, one of the leaders of the Octagon Group according to Mossad and other sources. His removal means the World Economic Forum, the WHO and Gavi are all about to lose the diplomatic immunity given to them by the Swiss government. This will open the way for war crimes tribunals for mass murder via vaccination. White Hat special forces are fighting a fierce war in the network of tunnels underneath Israel and the Gaza Strip. It is only a matter of time before they get to the person many say is the head of the snake, Benjamin Netanyahu. However, the real Netanyahu is still around and hiding deep underground. He is being hunted down by anti-satanic Israeli and U.S. special forces, Mossad and Pentagon sources claim. The rabbit hole in Israel apparently runs very deep. Clear records of tunneling operations extend back more than 4,000 years, Assyrian carvings show engineering. Units belonging to Sargon of Akkad, who reigned between 2334 and 2279 BCE, undermining the walls of enemy cities, Professor Joel Roskin, a geomorphologist and geologist at Bar-Ilan University told the Jerusalem Post. Professor Roskin says the area is home to complex, multi-story underground caverns and tunnels with rooms, halls and warehouses. MI6 reports fierce fighting now going on in these complexes. There are many credible reports of underground bases being taken out around the world. The sign of this is earthquakes with depths of 8 and 10 kilometers, bearing the hallmarks of having been caused by explosives. These indicate a deep underground military base, DUMB, has been taken out. Many such quakes have been reported in Iran, Australia and elsewhere in recent days. There was also one with an epicenter under San Francisco's International Airport on October 27, the United States Geological Survey said. The quake struck about 8 miles beneath the airport at 6:38 p.m. local time, it said. Satanists are also being removed above ground. One who is being taken out is EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. European Council President Charles Michel is leading the attack against her because she refutes EU calls to end the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The Hungarian and Slovak presidents are also attacking her by blocking efforts to launder countless billions of euros in bribe money via the Ukraine. There is a major purge going on in China that is slipping under most people's radars. Chinese intelligence sources say very many top leaders were killed at a hotel before, during and after the 20th National Congress of the Chinese Communist Party that ended on October 22. Most notably Li Keqiang, a member of the Standing Committee of the Political Bureau of Communist Party of China Central Committees and former premier, was killed. There is a collapse going on inside the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. 11 is planting the grounds for his successors. In 2017, the real U.S. military leader Trump and the Russian and Chinese militaries made a pact that no nuclear weapons will be used inside the storm. Any massive explosion in 2014 will be by half CGI and tons of regular explosives, but no nukes will be used in the real scare event. There is a back channel between Cheyenne Mountain, Russia, and China. They have a pact in place to expose the CIA, which will lead to the exposure of the true war machine, the military-industrial complex system of the Rockefellers, CIA, Rothschild cabal regime. For decades Iran has been working with the CIA, and the CIA is working with Israel Mossad, which created Hamas. Iran White Hats want to use a near-death nuclear scare event, war and military tribunals to clean up their government, including the CIA, Mossad, M16 and Black Hats. The storm is a worldwide event, the plan to save the world. Unite. X. Q Sunday 5th of November. SG Anon on Telegram. 10,000 DOMs, tunnel systems, on Earth. USA has 1,800. It is not easy to solve this one. Turn it off. Take control. A lot of variables. People, children, weapons. WMDs. Bioplants, clone fabrications, evolved super soldiers. Emergency stop switches. Traps, etc. Extraordinary belief. 7.7 billion people on Earth. 0.02% super elite equals 1.54 million. 1% elite equals 77 million elite. 10% equals 770 million military, CIA on Earth, 3-letter agencies. In all countries. Corrupt police. Intelligence agencies. Managers, malicious organizations. Underground Blackwater soldiers. Corrupt doctors, lawyers, scientists, officials. Pharmaceutical companies, big tech companies. In total 190 countries on Earth. Over 800 million forces and distributed military in many countries within the dark network of global elite control. The White Hats, military, they do everything they can to keep death rates as low as possible. Why Saturday 4th of November? Arrested, executed and or replaced elites at Gitmo. The following updated, Excel, list was based on the intel updates provided by military and royalty-connected sources on X, formerly Twitter. There are thousands of names not mentioned here, which does not necessarily mean they were not arrested, executed and or replaced yet, although there are continuous additional military tribunals ongoing. Mid-2020 Gitmo update, arrests, indictments, and executions. July 13, 2019 The Washington Times confirmed that the House voted in favor of broadcasting Guantanamo Bay proceedings online. There were 371,300 sealed indictments plus about 53,700 that have been unsealed, last updated June 2023.